A lot of people talk about their camp, and I can't really talk about my camp because we don't have camps at Body Shop Boxing Club. We're in the gym every day, so 7 days a week we're putting in our work. I'll be in the gym on Sunday, even if I'm just running or jumping rope or something. I'll be there because I used to have days off, and now I'm a world champion.
Because you said, keep moving, and you said stay on her.
I never said that. When you like that, and she wobbles, like she didn't wobble.
Rick his mind is just intense and crazy and all over the place and focused all at the same time. He has these ideas that when I first met him, I'm just like, okay, whatever you say, and I just figured I would roll with it to see where it went, but it all started off big and crazy, and it went exactly where he wanted it to go. And that's pretty much how my career has been with him, and he just had this idea, and I just thought he was insane, but it definitely worked out.
I am the type of person that will annoy you until I get what I want. Not because I'm even a crybaby, just because I feel like it's the right thing to do. Like when Jessica wasn't ranked in the WBC, in the WBO, and blah blah blah, WBA, like she wasn't ranked, I will fucking email them every fucking week for like fucking 3 months, the fucking same email. Sometimes I accidentally fucked up and send the IBF, the WBC email, because I was like, every Thursday I would fucking email them again. They just ranked her 14. There was no one from 7 to 14, but they just put her in the fucking ranking just to shut me up.
She's going to fight an American, it looks like. Jessica McCaskill from Chicago, who's a very, very good fighter. We're trying to close that fight. Rick Ramos, who's the trainer, he's been running the mouth for about a year now for that fight. That's a really good fight.
I heard it. Eddie said, you know, we're probably going to fight Jessica next because Rick Ramos got a big mouth. And I was like, we got the fucking fight. Everybody was like, oh, you let him talk shit, are you gonna clap back? I'm like, no, motherfucker, we got the fight. It's exactly what we want.
Yes, I'm looking forward to the day I step into the ring with Jessica. Seriously,
I thought we don't really hear that.
She hasn't left me alone for the last year. But no, she's a great fighter as well. It definitely will be a tough fight.
Now I'm gonna aggravate Oscar next. Oscar De La Hoya. Fuck, I'm coming for your ass, Oscar. I'm gonna get Summer, sign with Golden Boy. Shout out to Golden Boy, what's up?
He's done so much, like, I mean, giving advice about school, about my parents, just how to talk to them, and like advice, and like he's also not like another coach, he's like another, like kind of like another father figure that I have in my life, and I'm so grateful for it. And like, he's obviously seen me since for the last 6 years, so since I was 12 to like 18 now, 19 next month. He's been there, and he's like given me, seen my ups, my highs, and my lows. I mean, he's the one who actually showed me the ropes and how to be in this world of boxing.
2 weeks, we had 2 week notice. We were ready for anybody. We were ready for Godzilla. You know, it doesn't matter who we fought. This is Summer Lynn. Summer Lynn's my 17-year-old junior national champion. So be on the lookout for her. Promoters, be on the lookout. Summer Lynn, 17 years old, champion.
There was one time where he sat me like by like the sink and everything, and told me so many different things, that like I was gonna be silver glove champion, Junior Olympics, nationals, and then he told me I was going to turn pro, and everything he said that from that day, like that was in the beginning of my career. And now that like every instance he said has came true. And so now he tells me I'm going to be a world champion one day. That's my goal, and that's what he says, and it's just, I believe that 100%.
But it doesn't hurt like it used to. It doesn't hurt like it used to. It's just blood.
Things got a little crazy today. Cryolux, I need a new shirt. And my blood.
Jazz is like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, she's like what I call like a lifer. You know, she's like someone who will commit their life to something. You know, I think there's other people in my gym, there's other people in your gym or whoever's gym where there's, you know, there's no lifers where they're just doing it to make a living, or they're just doing it to look cool or to be in the in crowd or it gives them something to do. But Jessica is like, you know, she's involved, obviously. She was knocking a lot of females out in the amateurs, like in dominating fashion. So I just felt like, you know what, if I'm gonna try this thing, you know, I think I just want to work for fighters. Like I tell every amateur, listen, I'll pay for all your tournaments, I'll do everything, just give me 100%, and you know, when it's time, you know, we go.
He works a lot. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he deals with females at all.
It blows my mind on how he does it all. Like, it's insane. Like, he goes to work full time and then he comes here and he works here with us full time, and it's just like, when does he get a time to breathe, you know? But I guess the time that he gets to breathe is when we win. Like, those are the moments that we all work so hard for, and then we can celebrate for a little bit, but then it's right back to the drawing board and how do I fix what I did wrong in that fight? Everything. I would trust him with my life. That's how much I trust I have in with him.
You know, I watch her Instagram, and Rick's like just non-stop working, pushing the show. They both do such a great job for the city to promote boxing, you know, in the community. That I just feel something, you know, maybe I'm wrong, but, you know, Jessica will be able to, but I just think it's a big responsibility. Like, you know, I went on Instagram this morning and they were up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what you were doing, having breakfast. You know, I was thinking, what are you doing? Who does that?
I kind of always live my life as like, let me jump on the next hot idea and see if I can make a living off of it. So, there's work out there, you know? There's definitely work. I think there's work out there. I mean, you know, I've been able to make money, you know, in this situation and in this time. I think I'm in shock by how fast everyone kind of gave up, kind of closed up shop. You know, sometimes people look for a reason to not do something or look for a reason to quit. Man, I got like 4 jobs. I got like 5 jobs. Like, fuck. I don't, listen, the biggest name promoters got a staff. Dude, I'm a fucking, I'm a photographer, I'm a fucking director, I'm a fucking producer, I'm fucking tired. Shit.
Say one thing, it's quite a funny story. Is that when we did the public workout, Chaz Witherspoon had a terrible pair of shorts on. So I said, we've got to make him a pair of shorts for the fight, because I don't want him wearing those shorts. So Rick Ramos went out and got him a pair of shorts made, right? And came in the office this morning, or last night, really proud of himself. Look, it's a Witherspoon across the front, you know. And we didn't realise that Chaz had a different pair of shorts already, and he didn't want to wear them anyway. So, but that just goes to show, there's a classic example where, you know, Rick's around all the time, and obviously he's on the ground here. He's getting a pair of shorts made for a heavyweight who's fighting on the card. And the worst thing is he didn't even wear them. So thank you to Rick Ramos, because like I said, you know, these shows have opened up opportunities for Jessica and Summer and other fighters in the gym. And, you know, without the help from people like Rick and Jessica and, you know, helping promote the show, then we wouldn't be able to come here. So Chaz Witherspoon got beat tonight, but he does have an extra pair of shorts.
Before all this corona shit happened, everybody would always bust my chops because I put a lot of bleach in here, like a lot, like crazy amount. And I would always tell everybody, yo, you better, you know, keep your gym clean, because you never know when you have to live in it. And that's a fact. You know, I lived in my gym for about 2.5 years, and a lot of it was, you know, I put a lot of money in Jessica's career, like hiring the camera crews, hiring photographers, you know, buying tickets for the fight. It's a lot of work, man. So I was living in an apartment, and I was doing so much work with Jessica's career, my work downtown. It was a lot. I was coming home 10 at night, 9 at night, 10 at night, and going to the gym at 5, 6 in the morning. So I'm like, fuck it. You know, I might as well have an apartment here or somewhere to sleep here, because it was too much. I was going home, taking a nap, and I have to be right back here. So I was just like, I built a sleeping room. It was probably, I don't know, maybe 16 feet by 16 feet, maybe. And I don't even think it was that big. It might have been 14 feet by 14 feet. And I just lived there. I lived in my gym for upstairs for about 2.5 years, and maybe down here for maybe about 6 months, 7 months, and got my money together, Jessica started winning big fights, and we got the fight with Katie, and that helped me to get back on track with everything. And you know, I had my son in college, you know, paying for that, you know, Jessica fighting, you know, everything. I pick up the tab for everything, and you know, I hope it all pays off.
Rick don't practice in front of the mirror practices in front of him. Dang!
I had a gym for 14 years, and people are like, "Oh, you just became a gym owner." But I'm like, "Motherfucker, I had a gym for 14 years. You know, I've been trending. I was trending before there was trending."
Story time with Rick is like no other. There's no story time without hands, first of all. He used to always, if it was serious, like serious, he said, I swear on my son's eyes. Like, you gotta do the cross, and then you gotta throw your hand up. That's how you know it's serious.
I was literally, that's your dad, he knows, I was trending, like we were throwing parties. There would be 1,000 people, 2,500 people, no internet. No internet. I was a promoter, like throwing parties and shit. I threw a first bowl party, all that shit. It was amazing shit.
And then, like the facial expressions, like, or he used to come in and say, I hate everybody. He's become a much happier person, so I don't hear that anymore. That I hate everybody. He's all about the love now, bringing everybody together, you know, so.
Insane. I threw the first time I ever got into the boxing world, I threw a show. It was at El Rey Ballroom. I don't know if you ever fought there.
Upstairs, there was many like times where we'd sit around, we'd get done, and we would have like story times, and he would sit in his chair that he has, and he would tell us all kinds of stories about like all the old fighters that he had, or like all the little kid fighters that we did have at the one time, and he would tell me all these things, and it's just like, wow.
All that cost money, like each one. It was a lot. It was expensive. Now you can do it for free. Crazy. That's how long ago I've been training. 90s. For real. I remember my first amateur fight, the Boys and Girls Club.
Like Rick is just like crazy. His stories were just they're so wild, and I'm like, why can't I live in that time frame?
But it's unbelievable. I wouldn't believe half of the stories unless I was there for them, which I have been. So I mean, the stuff that people say or people do is just like, you're making this up. There's no way in the world people would do this. But I've been there. I've seen it. So we always look forward to story time with Rick.
Most of my friends are business owners, restaurants, car washes. A couple of my friends own trade companies, you know, electrical company, small little trades, construction companies. So all of us, you know, we all kind of doing our own thing, and it's pretty amazing, you know. So in times like this, when when the crisis hits, and you know, everybody's closing down their businesses, all my friends, we all get together, and we're just like, yo, you know, 6 in the morning before I even go to work, we're all getting together and just like, yo, what are you thinking? How are we gonna do this? And yo, try to get some of your people over here. I'll try to get some of my people over there. As my strength and conditioning coach.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, I mean, it don't get more neighborhood than that, right? You run into your people. That's Jimmy Brinkley. He's our strength and conditioning coach, who you saw in the last episode. So just saying what's up to everyone. What up, brother? Yeah, I just got it like 2 days ago. Jessica just got one too. We both got it. Yeah. Nice. So we'll see. Hopefully we win, and we'll all get it.
Like she said, besides the gym, like he tries to take care of everything, or like with everybody. Like he is the fixer of everything. If you have a problem, he'll be like, here's a Band-Aid. Nah, he didn't put the Band-Aid on it. He'll like then give you the Band-Aid.
The number one rule in boxing that, you know, that no coach talks about, right? And I never heard another coach, manager, anybody say this, but I'll say it. You know, I think it's, I don't let my fighters, guy or girl, date another fighter, ever. Like you know, Jessica and I were in Atlanta, and when they asked me to speak or whatever, when they asked us to speak, I said that, and that was probably the number one thing that stood out the most. And I have to say that, I mean, how many coaches lost a guy to a girl, and and he has 3 kids and he's 22 years old and he's never fighting again, and those opportunities are all gone. And not to say that a family interrupts that, but if he's a sole provider, he needs to be there and provide. And boxing takes a lot of time and energy out of you. So that's one rule that I can say that if you hold to or hold your fighters to, that will work. Because what happens is this guy dates this girl and they break up, and then the girl doesn't want him in the gym anymore, or he doesn't want her in the gym anymore, and the other one, the partner is a decent athlete, and he or she leaves the gym and brings 2 or 3 fighters, and then your gym turns to shit, or then you got drama in the gym, and then they have to choose sides, and then the coaches have to choose, and all of that is garbage. There was a guy saying, Jessica fight Cecilia is a fight that doesn't make sense, and which is crazy. Makes perfect sense, dollar sense, and it makes logical sense. We without giving away details of our deal publicly, I can tell you that we're getting an opportunity to fight a future Hall of Famer. That in itself is a great accomplishment, right? If Jessica wins, we have 5 belts at that weight class. So that's the key. That's the key that opens up the door to get the Katie Taylor rematch if we win. So that alone, that for just that one explanation is enough. Obviously Katie Taylor is the end of the rainbow. She's the pot of gold, if you will. Listen what I'm telling you. The first fight with Katie Taylor bought Jessica's house. This fight with Cecilia Braekhus will help Jessica pay it off. So it makes sense. Like I said, at the end of the day, I want to do good business, and any promoter out there watching, the big names, Matchroom, Top Rank, Golden Boy, I have the fighters, and no manager, coach works harder than me. I mean, I'm wearing 5 hats, but I have no problem with that. I want to do good business, smart business, and I want to do the best for my fighters, and I want them all to win. So don't be afraid to call me. You fucking Google me.